my name is Karina. I'm a provisional A student. The theme of the first part of the exam is how to succeed. I read all the materials you sent me and provided during the course. Thanks to this information, I was able to create a table in my head with the main conclusions of the lectures. It helped me to define the rules of successful people. Namely, we should recognize the 5 important steps to our dreams: self-awareness, responsibility for our life, setting priorities, planning the day, and self-confidence. First of all, we ought to keep in mind that people are similar to animals in their willingness to work. However, humans differ from them in their ability to self-select the task to be done. In other words, humans can be programmers of life, while animals are programmed by instincts, feelings, and conditions. We will achieve our goals if we are willing to change our behavior, because it's a function of choice, not conditions. We should subordinate feelings to values. The success of highly effective people is based on values. Interestingly, I discovered an amazing graphic that I had never seen before reading the book 7 Habits. This book tells a story about the richness of human choices. Life keeps putting obstacles in our ways like ups and downs. In those moments, we ought to remember that we have the freedom to choose our responses. We are each responsible for our life. Most citizens usually try to choose the easiest path. There are complaints, minus and minus. But what happens when they choose the third option? For instance, it can be strongest group of solutions to a problem, such as self-awareness, imagination, conscious and independent will. No difficulties can be overcome if you do not give them this option. Stephen Covey is convinced that these ideas can be called self-awareness. I'm a product of my own choices. It's a conscious choice of the most favorable ways to solve the problem. Plus and plus. The third piece of advice for Egypt beavers is the ability to prioritize. Through the video which explains why most workers are not able to advance professionally, even though they are in the most hurry. I understood the importance of prioritizing. The lectures gives information about small and big stunts. We should raise it to things that can influence life 100% positively. But the most important things first. If we find a solution to define priorities clearly, we will make a table with 4 quadrants. For example, urgent and important, exams, projects, meetings. Not urgent and important, reading, planning, studying. Non-important and urgent, and non-urgent and not important, time eaters that need to be limited. I managed to create a suitable priority list that can provide active feedback. The result amazed me because a huge amount of delays didn't give me a headache. I wish I had figured out sooner. The first step of my day is urgent and important events, like preparing for this exam. I gathered comprehensive information from various sources, read the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, took notes from videos and books, and tried to make an approximate plan for this presentation. The second part of my day is devoted to self-education and development. In other words, not urgent and important things. In most cases, I open English grammar books or other useful resources in the foreign language. Also, I'm on a vacation at the moment. I like to watch math lessons on YouTube. The third fragment is used to collect documents and solve tasks that someone around me has asked me to do. I explain mathematical topics or do the usual chores. The last act of the routine is not urgent and not important. Relaxation. I hope to learn it, but I always combine pleasant and profitable activities. At least twice a week I watch historical films. According to the COVID time management video, daily planning is the most important weekly basis. Isn't it? In the late 19th century, famous Russian psychologist Nikolai Evgenievich once said, "We do not get tired and exhausted because we work hard, because we work badly, disorganized, and stupidly." I appreciated this approach very much. As a student, I received many awards after I started planning. I have a doubling of hours, so I became a master of planning between relatives. Life leaders take by first hardships like lack of free time as the toughest editing of the day. We auto-calculate editing tools like particular data, objectives, and so on. Another piece of advice for daunting tasks is to work your way down towards the smaller ones, which can become a timely compromise for your productivity and fear of robust obstacles. And the last rule for successful people is confidence in oneself. A young boy once succeeded in realizing the power of his thoughts over himself. Despite his young age, his father promoted this idea in his mind and gave him a magnificent complex exercise: green and clean yard. However, the boy didn't have access to similar neighboring gardens in his area, so he couldn't carry the task out. The father helped him go off the beaten tracks and showed him the objective as possible by pointing out enough examples of places that were farther away than others. The boy saw the possibility of this venture suggested by his father and began work harder. He achieved a high result, namely the greenest and cleanest lawn in the district. The boy who explained the speed of trust to the audience was the son of Stephen Covey. In summary, successful people are defined as folks. They are self-created products of their attention, action, and hard work, such as formation of complex mindset. Make a sound decision. Take responsibility for everything that surrounds you. Set priorities and work every day with confidence in yourself. Thank you for the watch.